That was a whole 5-course meal to us. A lot of girls who drop because like they can't handle that shit. The rappel tower was something fucking else. Like that's the moment you're like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? Hi, my name is Shine and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? How you doing? If you're a returning viewer, hey girl, how you doing? As you can tell from the title, I'm giving y'all a video that I know most of y'all want. I know y'all like, damn, it's about time. Damn, y'all is mad close to me. Back up. Basically, this video is about phase 1 of boot camp. And I'm doing it in segments because, child, if I give y'all 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're gonna be here all day. And I ain't got time for that. We're just gonna do phase 1. I'm gonna give y'all the what to do, what not to do to save y'all from phase 1. Because phase 1 of boot camp is the worst phase to be in. Okay, so let's get into the video.
This is just a disclaimer that I curse a lot in this video, and if you don't like cursing, then this probably isn't the video for you. So yeah, hope you like it.
Okay, so if y'all see me looking down, it's because I wrote all this shit down. I wrote all this shit down when I was in boot camp, just so I wouldn't forget, because boot camp does become a blur and you start to forget certain shit. And I didn't want to forget it for y'all because I'm trying to give y'all an inside scoop. So we actually gonna start with being in the hotel room. So now I don't know if they're still doing it. I'm pretty sure they still are. You have to do a 2-week quarantine. I shipped off on the 30th, but the last time seeing my family was the 29th. So I shipped off on the 30th, but I didn't go to actual boot camp until December 16th or 18th, one of those. And so for 2 weeks, I was in a hotel and I was quarantined, and it's you and another girl, and y'all are quarantined for 2 weeks. And then at the end of the 2 weeks, you take Rona test, and then if you pass it, you leave, and if you don't, you stay there for another 2 weeks. You go to boot camp, and then the first like week or two, I don't know, I think it's just a week long, is a thing called receiving. It's called receiving week. It's basically like you receiving your camis, your boots, your green, no, you got your green on green in the hotel. It's basically getting you ready, getting you prepared for your actual drill instructors. You have receiving drill instructers. They're like hard on you, but they're not as hard as you as your drill instructors. It's still like, they still give you like the shock that you get like when you step on the yellow footprints. Like they still give you that like, oh shit, like I'm about to get fucked up vibe, but not as much as your drill instructors. Once you finally hit your drill instructors, babes, then you'll actually get that feeling. On the next thing, it's letters. So how letters work in boot camp is they give you an address, and basically you just write to them and they write to you back. But that shit is mad like wonky. Like you're gonna write multiple letters, and then like the letter you receive from your family doesn't match the letter that you just sent. So y'all are always talking about 2 different topics or whatever. Like me, I wrote my dad, I was a squad leader or whatever, and by the time he got that letter and was able to write me back, I was already fired. So he was writing me like, congratulations, blah blah blah, but babes, I was already fired, and like it just don't match. Like letters just don't match. During phase 1, you do something called the confidence course. Now the confidence course for me, it wasn't that bad. It does teach you a little bit of confidence, but really for me, what taught me my confidence is talking to my drill instructors. Like there was a lot of girls who was really scared to talk to the drill instructors, and at first, yeah, you're scared, but after a while you realize this is your life right now. So like if you feel like you can't talk to your drill instructors, then you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to be able to make a head call, because there was a lot of girls, y'all, there was a lot of girls who literally peed in their clothes because they were too scared to ask for a head call. And basically a head call is going to the bathroom, for those who don't know. So basically how you would have to ask for a head call is you would have to say, good morning ladies, recruit downs, request permission to speak to, we're going to say my senior drill instructor. So senior drill instructor stats are in Ortiz. And so then she would be like, what? And you would be like, good morning ladies, recruit downs, request permission to make a head call. But I'm saying it, number 1, you have to scream that shit, and number 2, you have to say it mad fucking fast. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm not gonna yell because I don't feel like doing it, but I haven't talked really fast in a really long time, so if I stutter, oh well. So good morning ladies, recruit downs, request permission, senior drill instructor Ortiz. You see how fast that was? And like a lot of fucking people, they would like forget the senior drill instructor part, and like if you forget that shit, like you're just getting fucked up for it. Like you're just getting fucked up for it. So yeah, so talking to the drill instructors is what gave me my fucking confidence when it came to like just gaining confidence. The confident course, literally, you just gain confidence in yourself, because there's this thing called Stairway to Heaven. I'll try to like put up a picture of it, and it's literally like you just climb it and you're with another recruit and y'all are like climbing and like y'all are trusting each other. The confidence course, I give it like, that shit was okay. But babes, the rappel tower was something fucking else. Like, not only do you have to have trust in yourself, but you have to have, number one, trust in the drill instructor that's about to fucking catch you. So literally hell is gonna fucking catch you. Not even fucking catch you. Literally, they control the rope so you don't fall too fast. So really you have to have trust in them and just have trust in yourself. And like with me, there was a lot of girls who got dropped because they didn't want to go down. But one thing about me throughout the whole boot camp, I was like, I would not get dropped. I would not get dropped. So the rappel tower, like, it was fun to do it, but would I do that shit again? Fuck no. They give you a harness class and you put the harness on. They literally give you a string of the fucking rope and you tie it a certain type of way on you, and then you squat down and tighten it as much as you can, and then fucking they tie it up to fucking shit, and then you drop down. That's what got me. You are putting my safety in my own hands, and I didn't fuck with that. So yeah. And then you have the fucking shots. You have a medical day, and it's like when they give you all your shots you need for boot camp. And like you get a whole bunch of shit ton in your fucking arms. But there's this one shot, and it's called the fucking peanut butter shot. Babes, that shit, from number one, I hate shots. Like, I literally hate shots. Like, I could take the ones in my arm, but my anxiety was so bad because of the peanut butter shot. It goes in your ass, on your butt cheek. And my anxiety was so bad that I was crying. And like, they thought I was crying because fucking the shots, but like, no, I was crying because of that damn peanut butter shot. Like the one right here, I didn't give a fuck about that one. It was the fucking peanut butter shot. And then if you clench your butt cheeks, it makes it worse. Guess what the fuck my ass did? Yeah, I clenched my fucking butt cheeks because that shit fucking hurt. It's uncomfortable. Like, it's a natural reflex. So that shit fucking hurt. I would never get that shot ever again. Like, if they said I had to get that shot, deuces, the Marine Corps, because I fucking hate that shit. The weather. Y'all, winter in Paris Island is literally like Alaska. That shit's fucking freezing. Like, it's so cold, and you have to carry rifles everywhere you fucking go. Like, holding your rifles when you're doing fucking drill, like, you know, marching manual, all that shit. You, like, if you're going to boot camp, babes, you're gonna be drilling a lot, and you will understand once you start. So if you're going to boot camp, you better comment down below, babes. Comment down below. But yeah, and the rifles are freezing fucking cold. So if you think you're getting some gloves, like, you get gloves, but the chief drill instructor and like the higher ups who decide if we get to wear our gloves for the day. And usually if we did not wear our gloves, like no, you're not wearing your fucking gloves. Like, they felt like ice, and your hands are already cold. So imagine putting your hands on like ice. Like, then it makes it 10 times worse. And like, it was just freezing. And standing, like, when you go to the chow hall, you have to eat, and then when you're done, you get up and, you know, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and then go outside and you stand at attention. You wait for everybody else to finish eating, so you're just outside standing and waiting for people. Box chow. When I'm telling you, if you're watching this and you're going to boot camp, babes, literally comment down below, and like, we can get on FaceTime or some shit, because they don't tell, like, you. That's the main reason why I'm making this video, because number one, I went through boot camp during when Corona was a thing. So that's already a different experience. And before I went to boot camp, everything I saw was literally about 3 years ago, not during fucking Corona. So if you're literally legitimately, like, you already have a ship out date, don't talk to me if you just thinking about it. Now, this video is for the ones who just thinking about it. Now, if you already signed them damn papers and you was leaving, you got your ship date and everything, comment down below and we can have a really sit down conversation. I'm about to tell you what you about to get yourself into. I personally enjoyed boot camp. After phase 1, you actually start to fuck with that shit. But box chow. Box chow will be the best thing you will ever get in boot camp. When you first get it, you're gonna fucking hate it. Especially breakfast box chow. You're gonna hate that shit. It's disgusting. Breakfast box chow is disgusting. But that lunch and dinner box chow is the same. That shit, let me tell you, it's a sub sandwich and some chips and some cookies and just a whole bunch of bullshit, a whole bunch of junk, basically. But that shit is gonna be the best thing on fucking earth to you. Like literally the box chow. I love the box chow. During range week, you get that shit so fucking much. But I promise you, it does not get old. The drill instructors say it gets old. It does not. That shit, this is what you gotta do. You get the ham sub and you put the cheeses in the sub. Then when you about to bite, you put a little bit of mustard on the bite you about to do. And then you got the Nutri-Grain bar with the cookies and the apple. With the egg, you put some salt on that egg. With your canteen water. Y'all, that was a whole 5-course meal to us. And then let's talk about regular chow. So regular chow breakfast. Okay, so recruit training breakfast. That shit is ass. That shit is ass because those eggs, like, don't get the eggs. The eggs will make you shit. Like literally, like I promise you, they put laxative in them eggs because that's not it. But like the bacon and like and the pancakes. Anything, they always serve something that has syrup on the side that you need to syrup for. Any of that shit was gas. But one thing, like, you have to be careful what you eat because not only do your drill instructors like get on you about that shit, like if you pick up a cookie in your... Yes! Okay, I'm back. I went to the next real quick. And it's hot outside, so if I'm a little sweaty, don't mind it. But I don't know where the fuck we left off at, but we just gonna go to the next thing. So we're gonna talk about your drill instructors. So obviously you meet your drill instructors, phase 1, obviously, and you meet them after receiving week. So during receiving week, you're with your receiving drill instructors, and they're basically the people who like make sure you don't die before your actual drill instructors meet you. So when you meet your drill instructors, they do this whole like, not like ceremony, but like introducing themselves. So you're sitting down and you're sitting down the proper way. So basically crisscross applesauce and your hands are like this on your lap or whatever, and you're like sitting up straight. And so they tell you to slouch a little bit. So when your senior drill instructor tells you to sit up straight, look at me, it's like a snap, like you sit up straight. So they tell you to slouch a little bit, then they tell you to sit up. So basically your senior drill instructor is gonna walk in with 2 other drill instructors to make like a little triangle, and those 2 drill instructors are basically her right hand mans basically. And so your senior drill instructor is gonna come in and be like, sit up straight and look at me, and then y'all are gonna scream like, I ma'am, and then she's gonna be like, my name is senior drill instructor Stasser Ortiz, and then she's gonna do the whole drill instructor creed, and basically the creed is them saying that they will do their best to make you a good Marine or whatever. And then your receiving drill instructors go away and they tell you to go to your foot lockers, and basically like the rest of your drill instructors walk in pacing the floor, like literally looking like sharks trying to sense blood or whatever. And that's when everything hits you. Like that's the moment you're like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? Literally that moment when those drill instructors are pacing the floor, just screaming, telling you to say I ma'am, all that, it's very hectic. And then when they're like causing all this chaos and shit, senior drill instructor comes in, like your senior drill instructor would be like, drill instructors, and then the drill instructors will snap to attention and be like, I senior drill instructor, and she'll give them a command, and then they'll do the command and be like, I senior drill instructor. So that command would be like, get in the house. And then once you're there, like from someone who went to boot camp to someone who hasn't went to boot camp, some of this terminology might not make sense, but once you get there, you will understand real quick. Like you'll be like, oh, this is what she's talking about, and oh, I understand now. So the house is basically like where they stay. So Tom and Jerry, if you ever watch Tom and Jerry, right? So the little bulldog, how he lived in his little house, that's where all the drill instructors live in. So your senior is literally the person that you go to when you're having problems, like actual problems, like you feel like you want to leave, or like something happened with your family. Now your drill instructors, they hate you, they do not care about you, they don't care about your feelings, they don't care about anything about you, as long as you don't die. Literally, as long as you don't die on their watch, they literally do not give 2 shits about you. And they build discipline in your body. Like by the time you leave boot camp, like the discipline you have is like crazy. Some people like fly under the radar and just still become a piece of shit Marine. But like with me, I know like that shit snapped me real quick. Like it only probably took like a week and I understood, okay, this is what to do, this is what not to do. All that all that shit, no. Like you could not say, I want to go to the bathroom, I want to do this, I need this. No, it's this recruit requests permission to blah 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 blah. You're not yourself, you're this recruit. You don't have a pronoun, it's this recruit. Like that's your pronoun. You get what I'm saying? And if you were ever caught saying like you would get IT, which brings me on to the next topic. Getting IT, like at first you hate it because most people, when you go to boot camp, you're out of shape. Like you've never worked out as much as you're gonna work out at boot camp. And being IT sucks ass. At first it sucks ass. Like holding a 2-minute plank sucks ass. But you have to scream a ditty and while holding the plank, so that really enhances like your core. So like when I was in boot camp, when I left boot camp, I had abs. Do I have abs again? Being IT, it's like whenever you do something stupid. So like if you were caught saying you get IT. If you were caught talking back, you'll get IT. If you were literally doing anything fucking stupid, you would get IT. I've only been IT for punishment, like individual, once. And after that, I literally never got IT individually ever again. So my one time was, I was a squad leader and so you have different drill instructors. You have your drill instructor that teaches you drill, your drill instructor that teaches you knowledge, and then your drill instructor that builds discipline in you. So my drill instructor that teaches us drill fired all the squad leaders and made all the drill squad leaders. And she was like, all y'all are squad leaders, y'all are self-hired anyways. And I mumbled it under my breath and was like, I'm not self-hired, senior hired me. Okay, number one, I talked back to her. And number two, I called my senior drill instructor a senior. Like you're supposed to say senior drill instructor. You're not allowed to say senior. So that's why I got IT. Y'all, let's just say I got IT for a minute for that one. So there's certain rules the drill instructors can't break. And one of the rules is ITing you more than 4 minutes. It's like 4 minutes and something. But like a lot of people used to like snitch on the drill instructors and like say they're doing all this and all that. But me personally, I didn't care because I feel like if they're not doing that, like it's taking away from the whole experience of becoming a Marine. Like everybody was like so like, I don't know, they was snitching on them damn drill instructors. I personally let my drill instructors do whatever because I just wanted to become the best Marine possible. And I'm glad I had the drill instructors I had because you see Marines now and you're like, did you even go to boot camp? Like, did you not learn your lesson? Like, after first phase, all the times I got IT is because I requested it. Because I literally liked the feeling of getting in shape. Like, I loved it. And that's why here, like, I go to the gym because it's like, I can't just sit and not do anything because my body is so used to moving around all the time. Like, a lot of people just sit and stay in their rooms all day. And I physically cannot do that. Like, even if it's me just getting out of my bed to come film a video, that's doing something to me. Like, I cannot just sit and not do anything. Like, it's just not. So, you will be drilling a lot. Like, literally 90% of the time you're drilling. Because when you get there, you're drilling from point A to point B. You march everywhere. You're learning, like, little tricks and movements and special movements. Because at the beginning of boot camp, you do something called initial drill. And it's basically like your drill instructor, the one that teaches you drill, has a certain amount of time to teach you the basics of drill. And then you take like a test on it. And then on my platoon, we failed. We failed initial drill. And then we had to retake it. And then we still got a bad grade, but we passed. And then you keep drilling because now you're trying to focus on final drill. And final drill is like the final test of drill. Me personally, I hated drill at first because when you're learning drill, that's when you first got your boots. Shit hurts like hell. Most people get blisters. Like, it's just fucking terrible. So initial drill is during phase 1. Final drill is during phase 3. I grew to love drill. It's an art. At first you get annoyed about your drill instructors like always talking about drill and how drill is literally like the number one thing you need to be good at as a Marine. And it's like, it gets annoying. But by the time you leave boot camp, like calling cadence, figuring out your own cadence, that's like the best thing ever. Like here, we call cadence to march into school or whatever. And like when you know your cadence and you're really fucking good at calling that shit, like it's like, I don't know. I personally love drill. I would talk about the gas chamber, but my platoon, my company actually, we didn't do the gas chamber because too many people from our platoon was in ROM. So basically too many people got corona. So we weren't allowed to do the gas chamber. Everything I heard, it sucked ass. Like it literally sucked ass. So I'm glad we didn't do that. Getting your uniforms. So I'm gonna tell you the phases of getting your uniform. So you get your camis, right? And the first time you get in your camis, you're like, yeah, I look nice. But you don't understand, like during phase 1, you get your camis and you wear them and you feel like you're the shit. But really, you don't really start feeling like you're the shit until like you get everything that comes with them. So for instance, they're called trousers, but I'm gonna call them pants so we can stay on the same page. So during phase 1, you cuff your pants. So you just flip it at the bottom. You know how you regularly cuff your pants, but that's not how you wear them. Like you're supposed to blouse your boots. So I'll show a video because I take pride in my boot blouses. So I'll show a video of what blousing the boots is. And it's basically like you have a little band and you like basically turn all the extra fabric inside so it looks like nice and cuffed on the top of your boot. But during first phase, your pants are cuffed. If you're a civilian watching this, it's like, you're probably like, girl, whatever. But like once you're in boot camp and you have to work so hard for each and everything, and each and every achievement you work so fucking hard for, it was such a monumental moment because then you realize like it's not even about you anymore. Like you care about this shit. Like everybody who goes into the Marine Corps who's like a pool lead, they have this love for the Marine Corps. But once you are in boot camp, it's like the love comes instilled in you. Like you're like, yes, to like maybe the commandant of the Marine Corps, you're just a number. But literally to you, the Marine Corps is so much more. Like me, like the way I have changed to who I was to who I am now, like this is just the beginning. Like I love the person I have become. Like my confidence, like the way I don't let anybody talk to me any kind of way. Like yes, I am just a private first class in the Marine Corps. So basically I'm at the bottom of the food chain. But I refuse to let anybody talk to me crazy because the things I had to do to get my equal globe and anchor and wear it with pride, no one would ever take that away from me. So I refuse to let anybody talk to me any kind of way. And that's why like people be like calling me a bitch and like all this shit. But if I have to be a bitch, I have to be a bitch. I just refuse to let anybody talk to me any kind of way because the shit I had to do to get to where I'm at right now, you will not take that away from me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I talk about getting out at 4 years, but I haven't even hit the fleet yet. So, I don't know. As of right now, I'm still thinking about getting out after 4 years. But this is I like this experience. Like, so far, I really like it. Now I'm going to get my overall of phase 1 because that's pretty much it. Like I said, phase 1 is the worst phase. You're coming from the civilian world into the military world. And not even just the military world, the Marine world. Where discipline is literally our number one. Like, you have to be disciplined. You have to know when to shut the fuck up, when it's time to play, when it's not time to play. And in this instant, in boot camp, it's never time to play. All this shit is business and work, business and work, business and work. And you're getting used to your drill instructors. First phase, like, that's just gonna fucking scare you. But you cannot let that shit eat you up. Like, there's a lot of girls who drop because, like, they can't handle that shit. Like, literally, if you're watching this because you're about to go to boot camp, like, it's gonna suck. Like, it's gonna suck. And I know you heard the phrase, embrace the suck. It's gonna fucking suck. But if you want this shit, if you really want this shit, you will do it. Because, yes, it's hard, but it's tolerable. You can do that shit. Like, if you really fucking want that shit, you can do it. But I have met people who literally, like my roommate, for instance, like she said she wanted this shit, but she didn't make it. Like, she's a civilian now. Like, if you really want this shit, babes, you can fucking do it. But you have to keep reminding yourself why the fuck you're doing it. Like, during swing call, which I'll talk about in phase 2, that was the most mentally challenging thing. Like, I literally wanted to go home. But I told myself, what am I going home to? Why would I want to go home to something I was trying to run away from? Like, I didn't like my civilian. I feel like my civilian life, I feel like I was getting too comfortable with where I was. Like, I wasn't making no moves. Like, I was just stuck doing the same shit. So my mindset in boot camp is like, why would I want to go home back to that shit? Because I've already been to a state that I've never been, Mississippi. I've never been to Mississippi. I mean, yeah, I'm getting stationed back to South Carolina, but they deploy so fucking much. And my staff sergeant just said request to be deployed to a flying unit. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I want to see things that I would never get to see in the civilian world. And I'm doing this shit for free. So I knew what the fuck I wanted. And I knew at the end of the day, I was going to do this shit. It was going to be hard, but I fucking did it. So I would just say, just keep your fucking head up during phase 1. And like, you have to dig for that shit, okay? I wouldn't say they tell you to lay low, but if you want your drill instructors to actually fall in love with you and actually like them, don't lay low. Volunteer for everything. If they say I need 2 recruits, be the first recruit to run out to the center of the bay and fucking say this recruit. Don't hide behind the racks. Literally put yourself out there. That's how you become a squad leader. Take control. Like, help your fellow. Like, literally during phase 1, y'all are gonna need each other. All your recruits, all what they call you, y'all sisters, you're gonna need each other. So literally just keep your head up and babes, you'll get through it. That's pretty much it about phase 1. It's the worst one, but you can get through it. It goes by really fast. That's pretty much it. I'm going to do a series of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4 and MCT, because they don't tell you about MCT. I swear I did not know about MC fucking T until I got to MCT. But that will be probably in later videos about MCT, and I'll give y'all an inside scoop about that. If you come this far in the video, make sure you like if you like this type of content. Comment down below if you want some more, and subscribe to the girl if you're feeling my vibe, because I'm feeling yours too. And really, like, if y'all fuck with this type of content, like, tell me what y'all want to know. Comment down below. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.